Now, Who Kid, he's obviously like been bigging you up. Do you feel that's an important cosign to have somebody like Who Kid?
Yeah, what? Yeah, man, I used to listen to Who Kid in my cell, bro. You know them ones that, you see what I'm saying? I used to listen to them in the cell when 50 was smashing out them tapes. You know them ones? Get me? I remember when I was in the Mount, yeah, and like you couldn't get CDs in there, you get me? And like I was in there for like 2.5 months, but I was like, nah, do you know what? I need this shit, I need music, you know them ones? So like my brethren putting that up now was, then we got out of there in the end, yeah. 2.5 months, like, I didn't hear nothing, you know them ones? I was thinking, nah, man, I need some fresh shit. I moved jail, you know them ones? But I could hear some youths down the corridor, yeah, and it was banging some fucking tune and it said, you know when that song, get shut the fuck up, you know that shit? Like, get shut, you get me? And then banging that, Who Kid up like, damn, you know that shit, like gunshots and that. I was like, no, what song's that, you know that ones? Open my cell door a bit so I can listen, you know that ones? Then the man must have turned it off, I was like, nah. Then I rang Buck, I was like, nah, Buck, I need some shit, you get me? Like, you see what I'm saying? He sent some shit, stacked me up, bare shit, Who Kid, and Big Mike, remember Big Mike? Yeah. You get me? Now them man there's on my tape, you know them ones hosting that, that's major for me, yeah.
Like I say, you're doing a mixtape with people that you were listening to when you were in jail. You know, it seems like it shows the ascension that you've done. Like someone's like 360, so for you, how do you feel about the actual mixtape, doing it with those type of people?
Yeah, no, what? I made a toast to that in my house, you know them ones like, it might not be a big deal to anyone, but like, that's another step further for me, you know them ones like, you see what I'm saying, and that's what life's all about, stepping, making moves, you understand, like, even if it's not a big move like that, if it's just up and then up and up, that's moves, you see what I'm saying, so I celebrate everything feels like an event, you get me?
Personally, my favourite track on the album was probably was it Signs of Life?
Signs, yeah.
Yeah, Signs. It's a deep song, like, do you feel like, because obviously we were talking before about music marking time, do you still feel that same way? Because that song seems very, very personal about your mindset. You know, the same type of issues or problems, are those still around you today, or have you moved on from that?
Yeah, no, like, obviously there's always problems, you get me? You see what I'm saying, but like, you're always gonna have problems regardless, whatever, like, you understand? So all you can do is just keep it moving, you get me? And try and get away from them problems, you see what I'm saying? But obviously, like, they're not letting me through like that, so I'm still gonna have problems that I shouldn't have with the music that I'm producing, you know what I mean? But like, we're getting through anyway, you understand? Like, it can't be stopped, that's just the devil getting in the way, you know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be obstacles in life, but fuck it, like, I've lived this long, you know what I mean?
But in saying that, like, I've always felt that you're somebody that represents, how can I put it? You represent the struggle, you know? It's like, if we take gigs out of the picture, who else is going to be the person who's going to kick in the door? You're like the furthest one forward. So, in terms of the struggle, what is the actual struggle now in terms of the music? Because you're able to create music, you can make the music, you can get played on the radio sometimes, so what is the struggles that you're facing regarding that?
Right, just for people to listen. That's it, man. I'm just going to stay on the struggle, and people are listening more and more every day, you get me? So, just bringing that struggle down, making it easier.